main reasons I came down today was to find that squeak in the kitchen floor. You got a loose joist or a piece of subfloor with a gap. We're going to find that, close it up. But we're not going to video the whole thing. I just did the other one. This is actually Jenna's room. This is the vent goes up in Jenna's room. The access is easy enough. What we're going to do, drop the insulation for a second. You can see we drove a wedge right there at the joint. The squeak was about a foot from that duct. There's the duct head. So we drove a little wedge. There's one on the other side too, right at the joint, because that's usually where it starts to give. You get a loose nail there. It starts to bounce a little when you walk on it. So we're gonna go over here to this duct. This is the one in the kitchen, and do the exact same thing right there. Okay? Okay. This is the air duct, feeds into the kitchen floor. We measured the squeak at about 1.5 feet, 2 feet, which puts it right about here, this joist. So this one's gonna be a little bit trickier because the water lines are in the way. We're gonna start with the easy one, this side. We'll drop the insulation and wedge right about here. That's about 1.5 feet. Right about in this point. I'll come back once I get it opened. Here's our test. See, starting here at the vent, we'll walk the floor. There it is. I'm pushing on it just enough to get me the noise. And we'll drive that wedge in, see if it goes away. Alright, what we've done, pulled away the insulation. There's our duct again. We go down 1 foot, puts us right about here. Found a little chunk of 2x4, whittled me a piece out of it, and whittled the edge down to make me a little wedge. In the interest of simplicity, we're going to use the wedge and the block to close that little gap right there in the floorboard, right about where that knot is. There's a tiny little gap. You can barely see it, but that's 1.5 feet down from the vent. So we'll drive that in a second. Alright, wedge is in. Pretty simple matter. Now we'll give it a shove again. And that's it. Squeak's gone. It's just that simple.